Hi, I've been watching Notre Dame Cathedral burn on a several live streams in the last several hours. It's really a tragedy. I'm not of the Catholic religion, but my heart goes out to everybody that not only in the Catholic faith, but people around the world that love that cathedral. I mean, it was a beautiful piece of art. I think it was built like in the 13th century or something like that. I mean, it's incredible. It was an incredible piece of history, and I'm sure that the hearts of lots of people in Paris tonight and around the world are absolutely heartbroken how this tragedy could take place. My question is, where the heck were the firefighters when it was burning? I don't know how many hours it was, and it was just burning. There wasn't any firefighters to be found. There wasn't any airplanes, any helicopters, any water balloons, nothing. And it was just burning. Now that the fire's over with, roofs collapsed, the spirals collapsed, whatever. Yeah, there's firemen out there shooting their hoses up, and make sure it doesn't fire up again or whatever. And where were they originally? I understand it was narrow streets and there were tourists and different things, but they must have had some kind of a plan in place in case this cathedral caught on fire. It was, I'm not positive, but I think it was hours of burning before there was any firemen on the scene. I think the roof collapsed after burning and burning for hours before the firemen ever appeared. From anywhere, on the ground, in the air. Are you kidding me? I really blame the firemen and the lack of thereof. Is that correct? The lack of firemen, firepower, water power, whatever you want to call it, that caused this cathedral to burn like it did. Unbelievable. No, we can't go back in time, but good grief, that was an icon. That was a worldly icon, especially to the people in Paris. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful cathedral. The architecture on that was stunning. Centuries of history gone up in flames. Why? I don't know. Because the firemen didn't do their job and the city didn't do their job. Maybe they couldn't do anything. Maybe they. I don't know. I don't know what the reason was, but it just doesn't look right that it burns for hours. I might be wrong. Without firemen even appearing on the scene? Are you kidding? I honestly, I'm sorry, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But it's a tragic thing for the world. It's a tragic thing for the people of Paris, for the Catholic faith. It's sad. It's a sad day for the world. I don't know how the fire started, of course, and I don't think anybody does, but I would think that it might be something to do with the renovation work that was on top of the building. I mean, it could have been some Joe Blow up there, throwing a cigarette somewhere, Could have been a torch left on or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but somebody goofed. Somebody goofed, or is purposely lit ablaze by who knows who. Anyway, it's a sad day. I'm sure that most of you people have watched it by now on different YouTube feeds and media feeds. That's one thing I think you can rely on is the standard regular media on. I don't think they're biased, against the cathedral, Notre Dame Cathedral, as they are biased against Trump. So I think you can rely on the news coverage on the different media outlets. I think that's one thing they do right is in their media coverage on such a thing as this. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. I am personally sorry. It's tragic. I wish that it didn't happen. It's a sad day for a lot of people around the world, and I'm sorry about it.